All right, good morning, everyone, or good evening, or good afternoon, whenever you're watching. But I hope everyone's doing well. Miss I here again, ready for week 3 of our fitness knowledge. We're going to be getting into some stretching today. So I hope you're all very excited for that because stretching is very important for our lives. So we're just gonna need just ourselves and some open space, just like last week, because I mean you can use a yoga mat if you have one. I did a lot of the stuff on the floor, but if you want a carpet, that would be also better. We're gonna be on the floor a little bit, but not too much. But you just want to be in a comfortable spot so that you're not hurting yourself and stuff. That there is a heel walk at one point. I would prefer to wear shoes. I did it. I have a little demo of me doing it without shoes. It kind of hurt my heels. So if you want to get some shoes on, go ahead. You don't have to if you don't want to, though, just preference. All right, so again, I introduced myself. We're going to be getting into our instant activity, and then we are going to be learning again our third week of fitness knowledge, and then we'll be focusing on our stretching activities of dynamic and static stretching. And then we'll review briefly and then close up with a flip grid. I believe it's a flip grid. All right, so our instant activity is focusing on cardiovascular endurance and muscular endurance, like how we learned already, are our health-related fitness components. So we're going to be doing 100 reps. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not because we're only doing 10 of each. I'll be doing them with you because I don't have any pictures to show you guys how to do it, but I do have some cues on here real quick just so you guys can look it over. If you need to come back and look at them again, you can. I'm going to be verbalizing them for you though. So we're going to be doing each of these exercises for 10 reps, so that's 10 times, all so that we can reach 100. So we'll be doing jumping jacks. I'm sure you all know how to do some jumping jacks. Move this up a little. Okay, so jumping jacks, jump like a starfish. And then our squats, we want our feet to be shoulder width apart. And we want to pretend we're sitting in a chair. So here we are. And you don't really want to have your knees push in. You want to make sure your knees are pushing out. And then we have our arm circles, standard arm circles. Sit-ups will be on the ground. I'll do that with you when we get there. Run in place, you know how to do that. I know you guys do. A left leg lunge and a right leg lunge. Very, very similar to one another. You're just switching your leg. So we have, it's very hard to see. I'm sorry, guys. Let's move this up. All right. So we got our lunge. You put your leg forward, and then you're going to drop the back leg down. And then you want to make sure your knee isn't going over your foot. All right, let me do a full one so you guys can really see it. So we'll go out. I like to do reverse lunges. If you want, you can, you don't have to. But that'll be 1 rep. That was my left leg lunge. My right leg lunge, my right leg will go out. Sorry, I'm losing my balance. And then I'll drop down. You want to make sure, again, that knee is not going over your toe. We want to prevent some injury here. And then hopping is up and down motion on the same leg. So we'll do alternating, and then some toe touches. Just bend over, reach for your toes. All right. So we're just going to let some music play. There's not going to be a timer for this because I feel like we'll be able to keep pace with each other. That's why I'm doing it with you. So I'll be doing them. Hopefully we are on the same pace. I'll leave a little leeway time just for those that might take a little bit more time. If you're really quick at it, you can jump ahead and go on to the next one. So I want you guys to be able to see me. So I might need to move my computer, but we'll leave it here for now. Oh, here's Matt. So we are going to be starting with 10 jumping jacks. Again, 10 squats, 10 arm circles, 10 sit-ups, run in place, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you get it. And then the rest, very self-explanatory. So when I begin the music, you can begin And again, I'll leave some leeway time. I'll just be like kind of hanging out, standing, but you're allowed to move on if you want. If not, hang out and do that with me. Right. Yes, 10 jumping jacks, 10 squats. For sit-ups, I do want you guys to know. I don't know if you guys are at sit-ups, should be around sit-ups, but we're using our core. Focus on your core pulling you up. Don't use your arms behind your head or behind your ears. You don't want to hurt your neck. So make sure you're focusing on your core pulling you up. Oh, not what I meant to do. Run in place.
Find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
All right, I hope everyone finished up. And if you guys need more time, you're always allowed to pause this video, head on back and do them again. Heart rate's up, feeling it? You guys should be feeling it, right? You know, if you want to check out your heart rate, let's see. I'm at 101, just so you guys know that I was doing it. So you guys should have been doing it too. All right, moving on. So today we are going to be doing some stretching, as I mentioned before. I want you guys to be able to learn the differences between the two, why we do one at one point and then the other at another point, how it can benefit our lives. I'll be telling you guys each of those. And yeah. All right, so our health activity real quick. We don't want any people to be bullied. We don't want to be bullies. We want to be upstanders. So I know you guys might know of being a bystander, but we want to push for being an upstander because as a bystander, you might be a little confused about what to do. Being an upstander is the person that does these 4 things on your left. So you can be a buddy, you can interrupt the bully, you can speak out against the bully, or you can go ahead and tell somebody. So I'm going to play this video. It gives you a little bit more information on it. So just listen along and then we'll move on and get into our stretching.
And I know. My name is Zed the Squarehead, and I know that there's a champion in every kid. Big kids, small kids, 2-eyed, 3-eyed, 4-eyed kids, doesn't matter. There's definitely a champion in all kids, but sometimes we forget that. Sometimes a kid will try to feel cool or strong by choosing to be mean to those who are smaller or weaker than them. They might pick on people who can't do or say anything back. They might do it over and over too. Have you ever seen that happen? Well, that kind of behavior is called bullying, and it's not cool. But you can do something to stop bullying as it's happening. If you know a few tricks, then you can actually choose to stop the meanness right in its tracks. You can choose to stand up to bullying, and you can be an upstander. Pay close attention to this scene. Here's the playground, and here's the bully who's trying to feel cool by picking on this guy, Tar. Now here's a bystander. A bystander is someone that sees bullying happen and doesn't know what to do. And back here, we have Ned. Ned's going to start off a bystander, but when the bullying starts, he does know what to do. He's going to choose to be an upstander. Ned's going to stand up to bullying. And when he does, he chooses from 4 upstanding options. 1, be a buddy. When Ned sees Tar getting bullied, he shows Tar that he has a friend. Bullies aren't used to their targets having a buddy. It could change everything. 2, interrupt. When the bullying starts, Ned finds a way to interrupt. Here, he interrupts by asking Tar to come and join him at the electroball hoop. When Ned interrupts, he gives Tar a reason to walk away from the problem. 3, speak out. This one takes tons of courage. Here, Ned faces the person who is bullying and says, "That's mean. Don't do that." By speaking out about what is happening, it shows that meanness is not welcome. It also gets other people to look, and they might join as upstanders too. 4, tell someone. Whether it's during the bullying or after it, Ned's going to choose to tell an adult about it. This is not tattling because he's not trying to get someone in trouble. He wants to keep someone safe. It takes courage and hard work to be an upstander. But by being an upstander, you'll be an awesome friend to someone when they need it most. And the letters in Ned's name can help. N. Never give up on helping your school to be safe. E. Encourage others to be upstanders with you. D. Do your best with all the upstanding ways that you can use to stop bullying at your school. If you know the N, E, and D in Ned's name, you'll probably choose to be upstanding whenever you see bullying. When bullying takes place, you'll make a champion choice to be a buddy, or interrupt, or speak out, and also tell someone. If you do any mixture of those things when you see bullying happen, you'll go from being a bystander to being an upstander at your school.
is a very good video that I like. The Ned shorts are really good on YouTube if you guys want to check them out. But yeah, you never want to be a bully. And if you do see any bullying happening, as the video mentioned, it's not tattling. It's just sticking up for someone that's getting potentially hurt in any way. It could be physical too. Bullying can sometimes lead to that. So we want to make sure that our friends and peers are always safe. We never want anybody to get bullied or hurt. So I think being an upstander is great. And I think you all should be doing it. All right, so now let's get into our activities. So we'll be doing some dynamic stretching to begin. Our main question is, why is dynamic stretching important and what are the key points? So we want to focus on that question for this activity. So dynamic stretching follows the warm-up usually. So as we usually do our instant activity. So after that is when you would probably do some dynamic stretching right before the actual activity of what you're learning. Say we're doing a baseball unit. You're going to do your little warm up, and then your dynamic stretches will normally lead you to baseball. So like focusing on your rotator cuffs and your arms because you're going to be throwing and running because you run the bases and stuff like that. So they loosen our muscles, get us ready for exercise. They can also help prevent injury. Loosening up your muscles will definitely benefit you because if they're tight and not warmed up and you just start your activity, you could pull something. We don't want that to happen. It also promotes blood flow, which is really good for our bodies. So we're going to be doing we'll be doing 6 dynamic stretches for 20 seconds each. And these are our 6 we'll be doing a knee to chest, some butt kicks, Frankensteins, cherry pickers, toe walks, and a heel walk. Some of these go by other names. Butt kick, sometimes people put it as like heel to rear. Frankensteins could also be like toy soldiers, cherry pickers like Mario, stuff like that. So again, back to our main question, our answer relies within. So our answer to our main question is that dynamic stretching loosens our muscles. It can help prevent injury. It doesn't always prevent injury, but it can help prevent it. It promotes blood flow and it gets the body ready for exercise. And then we also can tell it's dynamic if we're moving around. So static is normally by yourself, but we'll get into that. So dynamic, you're going to be moving around a lot. So when you're doing a couple of these next stretches, some of them seem like I'm stationary, but I would love for you guys to use that space that you're in. It's very difficult for me to show you guys what it is in these little videos when I need to move a long distance. So I just did them in place. I hope you guys definitely use the ground that you got in front of you. So we'll start. The timer is just going to go. You'll have either a 5-second rest in between. I'm just going to play the video, play some music, and you'll go on. You'll start off with your knee to chest. So that top left one up here, you're just taking a step, pulling your knee right up to your chest. You should feel it in your legs. And then you'll do some butt kicks. You can jog or do your butt kicks across the room. I'm just doing them in place, but I would love for you guys to do them across your room. You're just bringing your heel to your rear as I am, just pick them up. And then we have our Frankensteins here. You can't see the name, but that's okay. Bottom left, Frankensteins or toy soldiers. You kind of look literally like a toy soldier or Frankenstein. Putting your arms straight out in front, kicking up in front with our legs straight. And then we got cherry pickers. Jump as high as you can and extend that same arm. It's almost like a layup if you guys have played basketball or Super Mario, if you guys are into your video games. And then toe walk. You're just going to be walking on your toes. Keep your legs as straight as you can. You should feel it in your calves. And then heel walk, also stay on your heels. That one was the one where if you want to wear shoes, I kind of recommend it. It hurt my heels, but I think it might be because of the flooring I was on. So again, if you guys have yoga mats or carpeting floors, use those as you can. So when I get this timer going, we'll go knee to chest, butt kicks, Frankensteins. I'll be saying it as we go so you guys don't lose track, but here we go.
Way
Butt kicks, butt kicks. All right, so we got another rest here. Frankenstein's up next. 3, 2. Right, cherry pickers. So we're extending, reaching up. Get ready for your toe walks and then heel walks to follow. Toe walks up now. All right, heel walks for the last 20 seconds. Here we go. Great, good job, everybody. So as you can see, these ones are a little bit more of your higher intensity. I mean, for the most part, they'll get you active and stuff. They get your body moving, your blood flowing. It gets you ready for your exercise. So now we'll be going on to static. There we go. All right. So your static stretching is what comes after your workouts, after you perform baseball, after you perform basketball. So now our main question again is, why is static stretching important for us and what are those key points? So static stretching will follow the workout as I explained. So whatever you're focusing on, it'll happen afterwards to help cool the body down. It can also help reduce your muscle soreness. So if you haven't played a sport for a while and you go right into it, and then you go home and you don't do any stretching, the next day you'll probably feel pretty sore. But if you do some static stretching afterwards, it can help you be less sore. It's not going to get rid of your soreness completely, but it can help reduce it ever so slightly. If you do it a lot, it can also help your flexibility, which is one of our health skill-related fitness components. So these are also stationary exercises. That's how you can tell if they're static. You're usually not moving around. You're just kind of staying still. And again, it improves your flexibility. So we'll be doing 6 more, 20 seconds each. We'll be doing our hamstring stretch, quad stretch. We're going to be sitting on the floor, hugging our knee, and then a cross body stretch with our arms, overhead stretch, and then also a butterfly stretch. So again, the answer to our question is that it can help reduce soreness. It's usually post-workout for the cool down, aids in cooling your body down as well. They're usually stationary, and then they also can help you improve your flexibility. So here we are again. Oh, so many of my faces. Here we are. So we'll do 20 seconds on, 5 seconds off. Start off with that quad stretch. We're just going to be pulling that foot. Get a good grasp on the top of your foot, not like your toes, like if this is, I can't do it, but get your hand on the top side of your foot and pull it back toward your rear. And then you'll feel it up in your quad, the front part of your leg right here. You should feel it there when you're pulling. And then your hamstring stretch, you're going to kind of do like an elephant walk. Some people call it that too. So you're going to be taking a step, landing on your heel. And then as you come down and up, you should feel it in your hamstring. And then you can walk around the room if you want, but you can also just do that one pretty stationary. Sit on the floor, hug your knee. You cross your leg over and then, just hug your knee. Pretty self-explanatory. Overhead stretch, we'll be bringing our arm behind our back like a triangle, taking our other hand and pulling that, not like ripping it, but pulling it till you feel a stretch right up in here, all around your arm. We'll be doing the arm stretches for 10 seconds each because I want you guys to get both your arms in there. Cross body, you just kind of cross your arm across your body, take your other arm, bend it, and then using the bent arm, you're gonna kind of pull it so that you feel the stretch up in here. All right, and then we also have our butterfly stretch as we did last week. So I'm sure you guys remember the mechanics for that. Our feet are gonna be facing each other and then we push our knees down so that we can work on our flexibility. Don't push down too hard on your knees. I don't want you guys to hurt yourself. Only up until you feel the stretch on the inside of your thighs, your groins, your hips, all up in there. So when I begin the timer and the music starts, you can go ahead and begin. I'm sure this has a little 10-second break in the beginning. So when that begins, I'll start the music and you guys can start with your quad stretch. All right, 3, 2, 1.
You know it's true.
Feel it in your quads. All right, we're moving on to our hamstring stretch, elephant walks. Here we go. Take your time on these, really feel the stretch.
Said hello to you. You didn't notice my eyes.
Hugging the knee next, so take a minute, get on the floor, take a couple seconds, get on the floor, cross that leg over the other, and pull that knee toward you.
They were chasing yours all around the room. Chasing yours all around the room. I used to be in love with heartbreak.
So you can stay on the ground if you want. You can get back up, do the arm ones now, all right? Overhead stretch first. Let's get that one started.
But now I need drugs to ease the pain. I used to want to hide my love from you. I used to be in love with heartbreak and internal fires. Now those burning fires.
Kind of messed that one up, so we're gonna do another one for overhead stretch, 10 seconds each side. So when it gets to 10, switch.
Fuel my desire for you. Fuel my desire for you. Fuel my desire for you.
Got a little extra arm stretching in there. It's all right. So same thing for this next one at the 10-second mark, switch. Oh, I'm not starting the music. That's okay. Keep stretching. Keep stretching.
You know it's true.
All right, so now if you stayed on the floor, you're perfectly fine getting that butterfly stretch. If not, sit on down and getting that stretch. Good job, everyone. Got a little bit of an extra 20-second stretch in there for our arms, but that's all right. Never hurts to stretch. Stretching is very, very good for you. All right. So I hope everyone had fun today. Very quick, easy lesson, I feel. All right. So again, our assessment is going to be on Flipgrid. I'll drop the link in the bottom of the video. But here's the link if you want to just go ahead, type it in. Otherwise, you can head on over to Flipgrid. This will be your JoinCode. Make sure you're on Fitness Knowledge Week 3. We do have a Week 1 on there with the same name. I don't want you guys to be answering them in the wrong area. Or you can just take your phone and scroll over this and it'll drop down a link and it'll take you right to it. So we'll be answering and defining more so. So when you guys open up the Flipgrid, I want you guys to just take a quick little video of yourself, define the differences between static and dynamic stretching. We did go over it, so if you need help, refer back to the video, but I really hope you guys can remember it right now. And then after you explain briefly the differences between the two, I just want you to demonstrate 3 of the ones that we worked on today, both static and dynamic. So we did 6 stretches for each of them. So I know you guys have more knowledge in your brain than you need for the exam or for the assessment. So out of the 6 that we did today, I want to see 3 static. And then out of the other 6, I want to see 3 dynamic. And then I want you to just really quickly answer why it's really good to stretch our muscles. You can answer for dynamic, static, both, one or the other, your choice. But definitely just add in why it's good, the differences, and then get those stretches in there. So for next class, Mr. Martin will be teaching you guys, and we'll be getting into some cardiorespiratory endurance. I'm sure you'll just need some open space in yourself, but I hope you guys enjoyed everything today. I had a good time stretching out my body, and if you guys ever want, you guys can always refer back to this video so that you guys have some cool down stretches, some dynamic stretches to get you ready before your exercises. We always want to keep our muscles nice and limber and enhance our flexibility as we can. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great day and a great weekend as well. Bye.